If you have been with this channel for quite some time now, you know that there are three things that we discuss, and that is finances. We also look at all things YouTube, as well as session times. And for some reason, I've been doing a lot of session times. I hope to reveal the reason in subsequent videos. But for now, we are having yet another session time. And this time around, it's a sensitive topic. So stay tuned to hear what we have in store for you. A special appreciation to everyone who has subscribed as always. I'm very humbled by the support. And yes, today a special appreciation goes to actually my little girl who will be turning one. One day she'll be looking at this video like, yeah, mom remembered me. Yes. And so today's video, very sensitive one. Let's just dive into it. Now, one of the reasons why I created a YouTube channel was to share relatable things with you guys, with the hope that it can inspire in a positive way one or two people, yeah, because that will motivate me to keep on working. Yes, and in today's session, I want to share with you that relatable thing that I've noticed in my line of work and in my line of interactions with other people, and that is English speaking. Yeah. It is so unfortunate that in our society we tend to judge people by, unfortunately, by the way sometimes, especially in work environment, we judge them by how they can converse in English. And sometimes I've had the privilege of attending meetings, sometimes with even high ranking officials. And I've had the privilege of also listening to them speaking and sometimes commenting or presenting. And I've seen both sides of the angle. I've seen those that are eloquent and how easily they are received. I've seen those that struggle and how unfortunately they are kind of excluded somehow. And unfortunately, in almost all official things that we do, you need to be somehow eloquent when it comes to English. For instance, in interviews, you can be having all the certificate in the world and you can be deemed suitable paper-wise, but when it comes in interviewing session, when you stammer, there's that just a high likelihood that because of that, they will not consider you. And you can have somebody who is less qualified but very eloquent in English, and that person is taken instead of you. And it happens time and again, because we are unfortunately judgmental to other folks who are not able to speak English eloquently. By the way, I'm not as eloquent in English. Um, I've had there was a time when I was with my husband. By that time, it was just not yet, I was not yet married. Yeah, we were not yet, yeah, married. Yes. And there was, I don't know what it was. He came and I was trying to explain something to him. I had forgotten the word rewind, and I said, I back forwarded. The beauty that he did was he did not laugh at me, you know what I mean? But it's unfortunate that in our society, you have people that whenever you struggle to construct a sentence in English, they laugh at you. It might not be an audible laughter, but just by the way they look at you, the way they treat you, you somehow seem insignificant because of English. Now, the thing here is I have utmost respect of all languages. Hear me well. I have utmost respect of all languages. But like my previous video here, we live in a world that is dictated by Satan standards, unfortunately. And the reason why I'm creating this video today, when I started was I wanted to share relatable things. One of the reasons again of creating YouTube channel is that I be able to practice, speaking in English, because the more you practice, the more you perfect the art. So I'm not one person, like I mentioned in my other video, I'm not one person I used to do it, but now I try as much as I can not to take a pity cup and say, yes, I went for that interview, but because I was not able to construct an English sentence, they did not regard me and they opted for another person. Because it's going to happen. It's going to happen. If you feel sorry for yourself and doing nothing about it, you're going to suffer the same thing over and over and over again. So here is the good news. I think before I even give you the good news, this thing happens everywhere, in a work environment, even in church settings, it happens across the board. It's so unfortunate that it seems like those that are fond of looking down upon people, it's often us. You know what I mean? Us. We look down upon those that are not as eloquent, which is not right. It's just not right. Okay, so here's the good news. If you find yourself struggling to construct an English sentence, sometimes it's not that you cannot construct it. Sometimes it's because you can do it when you're alone. You can actually, be very, very conversant in your mind. But when you come in the presence of other people, you feel somehow a little. But here's the good news. If you find yourself in that predicament, you need to do something about it. I'm all with proactiveness, not inactiveness. You need to do something about it. And one of those things that you need to do now is you need to practice the language, period. Because the reality is, if you don't practice it and then that keeps on coming, and you're hoping that you'll find this good Samaritan who will be able to look beyond the stammering and actually hear your wisdom behind that, it might take forever. So the best thing is, if it means standing in a mirror and actually practicing English by yourself, by all means, do it. And there are many resources in the internet now that you can actually tap into to assist you with the language. You have free resources that I'll put down. I'll put somewhere here that you can actually look into and start using them. So be proactive, do something about it, and yeah, do something about it. So if you can't stand in front of the mirror and practice, one way again of practicing is actually by reading books and newspapers. The thing with newspapers is you are sure that you are reading an article that has been proofread, and the chance of you finding errors is just minimal. What I used to do, I'll grab my newspaper and imitate a news anchor somehow. I'm just fascinated by how they read the news. So I'll just practice. I'll just demonstrate for you to see. Broadcasting live from my studio. The Department of Meteorology has warned the public of the impending cyclone. This follows a brief conference by the departmental manager, Mr. Bonaparte. Yay! Yeah, so something like that, because I enjoy doing it. So, and when you're doing that, the objective obviously is for you to be able to appreciate the flow of the English language and the grammar that has been used. Also punctuation, and also you want to increase the vocabulary. For instance, when you're reading and you find that there's a word that you do not know, use the dictionary or Google it up to find the meaning. And at the end of the day, increasing your vocabulary. Yeah. And if you know that you have an interview that is coming, there's nothing wrong with you practicing. Google out the interview questions, possible interview questions, and go through them. Have a friend interview you and answer so that you can also increase the flow of your response. Because sometimes it's not that you don't know, you can't construct sentences. Sometimes because of a brain freeze uh, together with the fear, you know. So practice, when you have practiced it, it flows naturally, you know. Yeah, so be inspired to do something about it. Look at me, be inspired. You can also do that because it's the resources are everywhere. So do something about it and leave in the comment section that you're actually doing something about it. Yeah. So yeah. Yes, no, that one is not today. Otherwise, once again, thank you for tuning in, and please remember to subscribe. We still want to hit that 1,000 even before the end of this year. I'll appreciate your support. Otherwise, see you in my next video.